I'm starting to pick up a lot of alien vibes the past week or two. I mean, this has been a discussion for a while now that it would happen in this way, where there's the theory that there's going to be like an alien invasion and it's just going to add another layer to the fear that people are feeling already, right? We've just been one after another things for a long time. There's always something going on in the world, but then the files being released, and now it's being ordered that the alien truth has to be released in the US. And so it's just all the stuff in Mexico. Like there's chaos, there's fear, right? That's the natural state if you're not conscious. So I don't know that I even have to keep talking about it that like this way. Like don't be afraid, because it's different. Like the words of that are different than actually living it. To not be afraid means to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel supported and guided, and like you are okay and going to be okay no matter what. It's surrender, and it's on the deepest level trust in the divine. And so as these things start to come out one after another, I feel that those of us who are here in these kinds of videos, you are going to have this like inner experience where it's almost like your rebel is like, no. Like, I'm not going to even go down that route. Like, how obvious is it that they want us to be afraid? And this whole thing with like the alien invasion, I have my doggies here. Come here, babies. Come here. Have Aslan. Come up here. Kango baby. And Arlo's over there. Come here, pups. And so they want us to be afraid of aliens, but we don't need to be afraid. We are aliens. I don't know actually. I think that I do feel that there are some beings here on Earth that are just like floating around and not really aware, or like don't really have like an essence that has been to other planets yet or ever. And so that could be happening, right? And CPs and PCs. And then there's the star seeds, right? Those of us who have had experiences on other starseed origins, other stars, or other planets, and have come to Earth to answer this call to be here in this great awakening. And we're watching it unfold right now. It's like all this light is revealing the darkness. The truth is coming out. It's not like this is new. This stuff has been happening for a long time now, and it's just being revealed. And it's in the revealing that it is, there's a physical reaction, a mental, emotional reaction to that. But the truth always sets you free, right? And I think that maybe someone needs to hear that right now. It's like, if you're wondering what you need to do, what you need to say, just my screen just like glitched, which it doesn't normally do. So maybe this is very important. If you're wondering what you need to do or what you need to say, then go for the truth. Just say the truth. Say the truth of how you're feeling, the truth of what you want, the truth of your desires, and everything else will unfold the way that it is meant to, right? And there's no way that we can know what that is going to be, but I'm sure you can reflect on so many times in your life where when you just said how you were truly feeling, how everything then fell into place. And that is going to happen here as well. Hold on. Sorry. I was getting him so he doesn't go after this broken like umbrella holder from all the storms and the wind here. So that's happening on a wide scale, right? Truth is going to set us free. And then a bunch of stuff, like it's like when you're going through a breakup and you tell the person how you're feeling, you say, this is how I truly feel. I don't love you, or whatever it is. Like, it hurts, it breaks their heart. They might have like a reaction where they are angry and sad or whatever. And like, then there's the crumble where if you guys are living together, you have to move, or one of you has to move. You have to divide up your stuff. If it's a divorce, it's like way more of like the chaos. But then eventually you guys go separate ways. You fall in love again. You maybe have an eat, pray, love moment. You fall in love with yourself, and like you maybe get a new dog, or like whatever. Life goes on, right? And it gets really good because of the truth. And so I really see that that's how we are headed into the new earth right now, is this moment right now. And of course, we've already known, many of us here have already known about the reality of other life and other visitors to Earth. I used to always think about this, like when I was not really conscious yet. Like I was conscious, but I hadn't had my first spiritual awakening yet, or like I was just going through it, and I was dating my narcissist ex, who was diagnosed narcissist, like actually narcissist. And so I remember I was like, what do you think about aliens? Like, of course there's aliens. And he's like, no, there's no way. Like, there's no way. And not saying that there's a tie between narcissists and not believing in aliens, but it was the way that it was like especially dismissing. But I just remember being like, how could there not be? If this is infinite, like it didn't make any sense to me. So I think that there are service to self, aliens, extraterrestrials, visitors, and there's service to others. And again, it comes back to, we have our free will and we get to protect ourselves and, choose that we are divinely guided. And whenever you come in contact with anything, including this information about aliens or alien invasions or whatever, you get to just say, like, I choose that I only experience the good aliens, the starseed origin, my starseed family. I choose that, like, this whole experience just brings me so much clarity, and that I, have the most beautiful, love-filled, joy-filled spiritual awakening as the truth is being brought to Earth. And whenever you start to notice fear or, uncertainty or whatever, moving into your nervous system regulation, and nervous system regulation is really teaching your body what it feels like to be safe, and then continuing to practice that feeling after you've taught it to your body, and like reiterating it over and over, rehearsing it. And then eventually that becomes your default state, and you rewire your mind, and that becomes your new normal. And so that's why I teach everything that I do teach about neuroplasticity, about brain retraining, about using it for healing, using it for manifestation, creating your dream life. Anything that you want, it really comes down to neuroplasticity and changing your brain, rewiring your brain to be in alignment with all the things that you do desire. So that is why I have Nove. Nove is my new app. I'm so stoked about it. I just did like the thing where I downloaded it to my phone, and so I see it as like a little icon now, and I can click on it and open it, and it's just incredible, like seeing it actually happening. So right now I have a group of founding members I'm growing the founding members right now. It's just been the past couple days that I started opening that up. So if you would like to join, there are limited spots to be a founding member. So I'm filling that group. So if you want to join, go ahead and click the link below. When you purchase that is your new yearly locked-in price. Forever you'll have that locked-in price. Until we go live publicly, you will have access to me in a group chat where we will use the app, go on the journey, the Nove journey, and I will be there to support you, and you can give me any feedback that you have, and I can update things based off of what you would prefer. And so it's going to be like a really cool way of collaborating and allowing you to be one of the first to go on this journey, which I feel like is so life-changing. So If you want to be a Nove founding member, linked below. If you want to join Dream Life Sleep Hypnosis, which teaches you how to do the original method of Dream Life Sleep Hypnosis, which is using your own voice to program in your dream life while you're sleeping, that is found in Nove, so you can do that whole process in the app and so much more. Breathwork, meditation, walking meditation, like it's so cool. It's so cool. So anyway, whenever this all comes up, and even just like we were talking about yesterday, like, of course this world stuff is happening, but so often the body like will feel these things, and then the mind like might not know exactly what it is. Like, you're picking up on the collective fear, but then your mind is like, oh, I recognize fear in relation to money, or I recognize fear in relationship to, or yeah, in connection to my relationship. And so then you start thinking that it's like a stress about money, or about lack, or about unworthiness, or about whatever, and it all kind of gets messed up. And then that's when we really come back to sovereignty. And so no matter what your brain is telling you, what your body is telling you about being unsafe, about being, you know, in lack, worry, guilt, fear, shame, unworthiness, any of those things, you choose to come back to sovereignty, which is your love and your abundance that you truly are, and regulate back to that place. And that place is such a beautiful place to be. And you can start asking yourself more and more and more, like, who am I in that state? Who am I when I am in my love and abundance, when I remember the truth of who I am? What do I do? And maybe just ask yourself right now, like, what do I do with my day? Like, what is the identity of me when I am in this timeline where I'm not afraid? When I am in this timeline and I am not feeling the guilt and the shame for a version of me that I no longer am? Who am I now that I love all parts of myself? Who am I now that I feel so amazing and so vital and so healthy? Who am I now that I have amazing relationships that expand me? And start asking yourself these questions and getting really, really clear, and start shifting into that, rehearsing that all day, every day, like it is your job. Whenever you find your mind going to these doom places, these whatever, rewire, rewire, rewire. I think that this is part of that merging with our starseed origin, that merging with our truth, that coming home to ourself, that answering the call of coming home to ourself. What this means, like I'm really, really, really trying to find the words for this recently, because it's hard to explain, but it's been like the most notable way that I have changed. And it could be because I've, just turned 30, and like that's the end of when you're around the end of when your frontal cortex is developing, that your personality is like finally like, we're here. Maybe that's part of it. Another part of it is I think that it's this energy shift. It's the Great Awakening. It's moving into the new earth. It's becoming new. It's getting to know yourself now that you are a new version of yourself. And it's also getting to know who you allow into your life now, and what you allow into your life now, and what you like now. And it's going on that journey and being honest with yourself, and being okay with the fact that you might change, and you might have changed already, and you might continue to change, and you might feel a little bit like there's no ground beneath your feet, and you might feel a bit like you're trying to figure out where you are in time or space, because the limits and the boundaries that kept you within this frame are no longer there to keep you in the illusion of this like familiarity. I always have a hard time with that one. Familiarity. And so it's, again, I used this example the other day, but it's like if you do psychedelics for your first time, like, or if you've done them before, the way that it's just so shocking, because you no longer, it's like the veil drops. It's like something drops, like the ways that you've been seeing reality through, like the limitations and everything that you were seeing reality through, they change and they drop. And then it's just like this openness. And it's really, I'm not recommending you do it. I think like you should always do it with a professional if you do it, and like have a guide and all that. But like, it really is shocking. It is shocking. And it makes you look at yourself differently and see yourself differently and love yourself in certain ways and, see the truth in certain things. And if you have a hard time admitting that you're wrong, if that's just like been something in your pattern, maybe that's part of it too. It's like admitting that you were wrong about not liking yourself, admitting that you were wrong about, thinking you were unworthy or guilty or whatever. And it's like, it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to actually really fucking love yourself. It's okay to admit that you're a good person. It's okay to admit that you were just learning and just growing, and that there is no perfect human on earth. Even if someone tried to make you think that you did things wrong and that you were bad, you were just on your own human journey, experiencing your karmic lessons and going through your karmic agreements to become the version of you that you were meant to be in this moment right now. You are right on time. You are in the right place at the right time. And when you arrive to this state, it's like, oh, this is the rise. This is me remembering. This is where I've been heading. This is what I've been seeking. And I let go of all the rest. I let go of everything that was holding me in those limitations and that framework of the familiar timeline that I was perceiving. And I allow myself to be here now and to feel this spaciousness and to become calibrated to this openness and to allow life to guide me now, because I am safe and I am guided and I am protected. And no matter what is happening as the truth is being revealed, it will all unfold perfectly for me, even better than I could have ever imagined. I enter every single room like God sent me, because God did send me. I came here because I got the call. I'm meant to be here. I have a place here. I belong here. That was really meant for somebody. So I'm so grateful to be here with you guys and to be able to share these streams of consciousnesses with you and to share these channels with you and to be on this journey of, living here in Portugal and deciding what to do next. And it's so exciting. It's so exciting. It's so unknown. And as I look back on all these adventures, I'm like, wow, I'm so glad I took that leap and went into the unknown. And it has never been super easy, especially not being during my Saturn return, especially that this full-time travel has been during my Saturn return. It has been intense. And I remember going into the Saturn return and being like, I've done so much work. I'm so enlightened. Like, this is going to be easy. And it was not. It was not easy. But it did teach me a lot of wonderful human lessons. And I think that could also be part of it, is that I'm coming out of that and I'm like, oh, I feel like the final hatching. Like I keep being shown an egg that is hatching and like kind of walking out into this new earth. And so it's beautiful. But yeah, I'm sitting with, I really love Portugal. I want to share that as that I really love it here. And I'm really like starting to form connections more and more, and like just finding like-minded individuals and finding, my favorite spots here and going on little adventures like that yesterday. Yeah, I went to like a little hidden beach with the dogs and I met some people. I met someone from my hometown. And then I had this experience yesterday, which is very interesting actually. There was a car that was on fire next to my car that I'm renting, but it was on fire. At first I was like, oh no, my car is on fire. And then I was like, oh, it's next to it. I was like, well, I guess I just have to like accept that it might blow up soon and like whatever I have in the car is adios. But this really nice man, like it was such a Prince Charming, so sweet. He was like a cyclist and he was just looking at the fire and I was like, oh no, like what do I do? And he was like, is that your car? Thinking that one on fire. I was like, no, it's the one next to it. Should I go get it? Like, should I run next to the fire? And he's like, give me your keys. And I gave him my keys and he ran to my car, got in my car and then drove it away from the fire. And I was like, that was so brave. Everyone thought the thing was gonna blow up, and like so brave, so kind. He wanted nothing from me. He just gave me my keys after, and I was like, thank you so much. And like, so I was like, wow, that was so sweet. Also, such an interesting experience that happened. And then also to see the thing that's happening in Mexico is like, just cars on fire. I was like, what is this? What is this meaning? But anyway, I've just let it go, and I'm letting the answer, if there is an answer, come to me. But I love Portugal. It's been people are so nice, so friendly, so helpful. Not that I've really needed a lot of help for the first time. Like, I'm not in a broken down van anymore, which is great. But yeah, I think that the only thing is that I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to stay here in the summer or if I'm going to go back to Italy and get a house in Italy. I'm going back and forth with the whole idea of either one. I'm sure that it will reveal itself in due time, and I'm just doing my due diligence of looking at the listings and whatnot and seeing what feels right and going on that journey, which feels really nice. And I've shared, I'm so excited to just like nest somewhere. I just want to decorate a bit and have like my own mattress and my own bed that I just know is going to be there, and like not have this situation of like, being stranded on an island and whatnot and having to like leave my stuff. Like, I've just gone through so many seasons of like collecting things that I love and then having to leave them or abandon them because of like toxic mold, or because I had to leave my van, or because I moved countries, or because I left the farm in Italy. Like, it was just one thing after another, which is adventurous and great, but I'm really craving calm and rooted and nested. But not like just nested, because I would get super bored. So nested, but also novel, and place here, place there, place there. And also hopefully another van at some point where I can have van life, but also home life, and also sailboat life whenever that manifests. So that is the vision. That is the chosen timeline that we are headed towards, and I am going to start using Nove for it. So now that I have it on my phone, I'm going to start doing my test run for the next few days, and then updating it as I see fit, and then giving access to the founding members. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to put all the things of my chosen timeline into the app, and it's going to help me reprogram and manifest all of that. And so super, super excited to go on this journey. So again, if you want to join founding members, linked below. Dream Life, Sleep Hypnosis, linked below. Any other program that you want to join, 21-day programs, my 12-week program. If you want to follow on Instagram, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, all the things. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.